You were done, right? No other witnesses? Can we be specific, hold on, ma'am, can we be specific as to what incident she has evidence for? So there were serious credibility issues here. Even if I take the story as I received it from Mr. Shelton, I do not find a domestic violence. Maybe an MDOP, which wasn't charged, but I don't find a domestic violence. I'm going to find the lady not guilty.
Let's keep hearing over that. The people being forced.
And good morning, Your Honor. William Mays on behalf of Ms. Johnson. Ms. Johnson, state your name for the record, please.
Laura Jean Johnson.
Thank you. Are we ready?
Yes.
Yes, Judge, the people are ready. I do want to just ask the court. I am going to appear an arraignment this morning in this courtroom. If I can have like a 10.
Say that again.
Sometime in this courtroom.
Are we doing arraignments?
I think Judge Patterns.
Okay,
So just have a 10-minute break sometime just going on.
we'll try to find a good place for that. All right.
We are ready. People were too frustration, but no one's present.
Okay. Are you a possible witness, ma'am? Are you a possible witness?
Not to the actual event.
Not to the actual event, but previous events, yes.
Okay, what's your name?
Hi.
Last name?
Yeah.
Gabbett? Abbott. Okay, so what's your thoughts, gentlemen? You want to wait in the hallway?
I should be allowed to say, I don't think that anything that prior events would be tainted, because, yeah, I don't expect to present witnesses, Judge, but.
Okay, and you're not calling her? Okay, all right, so who are we gonna call first?
People will call our first and only witness on the show.
Shelton with a T?
SBTLTO.
Thank you. Thanks, Joe.
In my room.
Right, yeah. Can I have the calls, please?
Mr. Shelton, all the way up front, sir. Good morning.
Good morning.
Raise your right hand. Do you swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth today? Watch your step on my ramp. You're going to take a seat in that chair right there. Yep. Settle in. And state your full name for me, please.
Thomas Edward Shelton.
Thank you. When you're ready, counsel.
Hey, just for the record, I have 2 exhibits. They've already been. All right. Good morning, Mr. Shaw. Yeah. Did you already state and spell your name for the record?
My last name, Mahoney.
Yeah, go ahead and spell your name for the record.
Thomas, THOMAS, Edward, EDWARD, Shelton, SHELTON.
Oh, thank you, Mr. Shaw. So, do you know anyone by the name of Wilma Jones?
Yes,
And how do you know that?
known her for years. Back in childhood days, whatever, growing up.
Okay. Did you have a dating relationship with that?
Yes.
Okay. And so it's fair to say that you'd be able to recognize her if you saw her?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Is she in the courtroom with us today?
Yes, I assume so.
Okay, so take a look around. Do you see anyone?
She's right over me.
Okay.
Noted.
Thank you. Now, did you live with that lady?
Did I live with her?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, did you live with her at is that a 9458 Essex Avenue?
Yes.
And that's in the city of Romulus?
Yes.
In Wayne.
Yes.
Now, were you living there on the evening of 8/8/2025 and the morning of 8/9/2025?
Yes.
Okay. So now let's start at 8/8/25. So August 8, 2025. What was happening between the two?
The first date you give me, you said?
Yes.
I believe that was a Friday.
Yes, and what was going on that Friday?
Friday, I was coming home from work. I stopped off at Walter. bowling alley bar, light bar, whatever. And you get a phone call. And she, where I was at, told her. Well, I wonder
Where did you tell her you were?
at Walters.
And what happened after that?
Then she told me they wanted to go to dinner,
And who's that?
and her and his daughter.
Okay.
And I said, well, I don't, know what, I said, I'll be home in a little bit. And then I left, I came home and stuff, and then she proceeded to tell me she knew where I was at and what I was doing, and it's like, how, well, I didn't know none of this until,
Well, so let's dive into that a little bit. So did you tell her you were somewhere else other than Walters?
I was on my way home from work.
Okay,
So I guess I was someplace else, I wasn't there.
okay. And was there an argument that started because of that?
Yes, because I was supposedly there, she caught me there, I supposedly, whatever, right?
Okay, so what do you mean by caught? Did she physically show up there?
No, I didn't, because I left, when I realized what was happening, then I left, I paid, and I left, and
Okay,
I went home.
okay. And so how was she catch?
How did she, well, I didn't know this until I turned in, it's like, I have a lease,
Okay.
and I lease my trucks every 2 years. I had to clean it out in order to take the truck back in to get my new one. And I found one of those pod things and stuck in my back seat on my passenger side.
Okay. And do you know what happens?
Do I know what it is?
Yeah.
Some kind of GPS
Okay.
thing, there's a pod or whatever, I don't know. If you want to trace something somewhere, I guess, you put it on there, wherever it's at, you go on your phone supposedly. So I showed it to a friend of mine.
Similar to an Apple Air.
Yeah, right, that's what it, an air tag, yeah,
Did it have the Apple logo on it?
yes.
Okay, so it is the Apple.
Okay, 'cause I don't know about those things, I don't do those.
That's possible. So, but, and you didn't own that air. You never bought that.
No,
So let's go back to the 90 question. So you are then on your way home. What happens when, does anything happen between you two when you're on your way home or just when you get?
don't just when I got home, she upset that I was there, whatever, and thought it was kind of cool that she caught me, I got it.
Okay, what did she confront you about specifically?
Well, several things, but stuff I was just pointing her out the other, because I was not I did not want to argue. I don't want any confrontation, nothing, I just, okay.
So how many, so you said you were in a bar, did you drink?
Oh, yeah, I had a beer,
One?
yes,
Okay, did you drink anything else?
no.
Okay.
I didn't even finish that when I realized what was going on. And I knew somehow that would come into play. The thing is, when she would try to force me to touch her or do something. She had her phone set somewhere on video when I walk in the house, and she's videotaping everything.
Okay,
She showed me videos and stuff.
so
It's like, why would you videotape me coming in the front door?
was that happening on this day?
Yes,
Here now,
as far as
and that's Friday. Okay, so what else are you doing?
She had a granddaughter that she supposedly went up north and brought back here. And then she had to take her back because the police, whoever was at the HR, human resources wanted to, see her or whatever, illegal for her to be out. So she went back, and then she came back.
Oh.
Then she told me that she's not her guardian, she's totally responsible for it.
And what were you feeling about?
I didn't really care for it too much and what was going on. I mean, I knew what was going on. I knew what was gonna happen
Were you arguing about, what were you arguing about with the kickoff?
with my daughter,
I'm sorry, with the granddaughter?
I wasn't arguing with her.
I thought you were arguing with Wilma about it.
Oh, yeah, she was saying that she was gonna have her stay out at our campsite.
Okay,
That's where she's gonna live,
okay. And
at
your
the campsite.
is that near your house? Is it?
That's out and picked me out by MIS, Motor Speedway.
Okay, so it's far away from town.
Yeah, it's about 45 minutes or so.
Were you guys gonna stay with her then?
Pardon me?
Were you two, you and one of them, going to stay with her granddaughter?
No,
Okay, and so is that why this argument took place?
it's basically, that's where the seed was planted. And she was here, she's gonna stay here.
Okay,
But she wouldn't come right out and say to me, or have the respect enough to say, can she live here with us?
okay,
Well, I knew it was coming.
so did that argument go down? Was there any physical?
I got up that's basically the argument stopped there, whatever, because I knew where it was going. I knew what she was gonna do.
And we're talking
I'm
about
waiting
Friday,
for the camera to come out, and I went to bed, basically. I went out in the garage, messed around in the garage for a little bit, and I come back in the house and went to bed.
okay, so I'm gonna set this straight, so there's an argument that happens. At some point on Friday night, you go into the garage, are there for some time until you go to bed. Is that right?
Yeah,
Okay.
I-
Does anything else happen, any more arguments continue on that night?
not that I remember.
Okay, so then, does that argument spill over into Saturday morning?
Yes,
Okay, and tell us about that, how does that?
that started because we went together and bought a pontoon boat.
Okay,
And she went with me, we went and picked it up, stuff like that, and it was kind of strange because we sat there for like 15, 20 minutes while she was riding out something in front of this guy that we bought the boat from. I didn't pay attention to it.
so it's,
So that was the weekend prior to that, so we put the boat in the water, yada, yada, yada. And I said to her, I said, hey, where's the title for the pontoon boat? She said, I got it. That's well,
okay,
I want to put it in my name. Well,
and this is Saturday morning, you guys are.
no, this is the week prior to that and prior to her granddaughter coming down. So all this is hitting me at one time.
Okay,
Everything's going on at one time. I said, where's the title? She gives me the title, set it on the table. I open it up. It's in her name. Well,
okay,
okay, so that started that, I said, you know what? I see where this is going. I see exactly what I'm getting railroaded out of here and stuff like that. And, so I left it alone. Well, then come Saturday morning, I got up, I went into the kitchen, made me a cup of coffee, took a drink of my coffee. She says to me, she says, can Maddie pick up the batteries for the golf cart? I go, what do you need?
and who's there?
Maddie's her granddaughter.
So he asked you, can my granddaughter pick up the batteries for the golf?
Yeah, so I could take that either two ways. Well, sure, she can, yeah, she could take them or whatever, or, yeah, if she's capable of picking them up, I guess. So I said, what, for what? And she goes, I'm gonna sell it. I goes, no, you're not. Because it doesn't belong to you. It belongs to me.
So,
That's where, and she just railroaded everything. Everything's like selling everything off in the house. It's like, are you kidding me? I got guns missing and stuff that. Those are not there anymore, but the cases are.
so let's back up. So, first of all, I understand, this. You two are not married,
No,
never been married,
no,
okay. But you live in the same house for how long?
this is here since 2014, 2015.
And then you stopped living together in 2025? What is?
Yeah,
So about 11 years?
yeah. Mhm.
Okay, so how is the property divided? Whose name is Thompson? Is it both of yours or yours or hers?
Well, apparently she's got her name on the deed, and the way I sign my name is not the way it's on the deed.
Okay, well,
But all of a sudden I just found this out. Like,
that's,
where does
so,
this come from?
but you guys have been sharing property without any issues for 11 years.
Oh no, no, not at all.
Oh,
We've had a lot of issues. A lot of stuff's been broken,
well, so,
taken, sold,
okay,
given away.
so, and is this a newer problem, like started in the last couple of years, or? is it-
Yeah, basically why we're here so late because of the granddaughter.
Okay.
I'm done. I'm not a boarding house. Okay,
So-
I'm not gonna do that. She's 15 years old. And she already said to her grandma that I had said something to her that would have gotten me in trouble, and she confronted me about it and asked me about it. I said, you know, I did not say that. I said I even talked to her. And so that was washed, that was done.
So on this Tuesday, you are upset, frustrated about all this property disputes, this granddaughter came to stay with you guys. So how does that play? What happens after?
When that there, I mean, about the golf cart, stuff like that, I knew she was gonna try to physically make me touch her, do something or whatever. And like I said, I'm looking for the cameras, where they're at, 'cause she's like, I'm video, I get you on video.
So why?
And okay, so I said, I gotta get out of it. I went back into my bedroom. We don't sleep in the same bed, her bedroom's over there, mine's over here.
So let's talk about that. Why are you concerned that you are going, that she wants you to hit her?
She wants what? I'm sorry.
You stated that she wants you to hit her. What is that?
Physically, so I touch her, whatever, she gives me for domestic violence, she could call the police, say, he touched me or whatever, and if he's gonna come and put me in jail. That's what she wants, that's what you do.
Why? Why do you know?
Why do I know that? I've known the woman for over 30 years. I've seen her do it to other people.
Okay.
I've seen her do it to her own daughter. I've seen her, she told me, I haven't seen, but she told me, and her niece told me, she gets mad, she burned her own daughter's clothes
Okay.
because her daughter was having a problem.
So,
16, 17 years old, every teenager has a problem.
okay, so
That's her,
so your prior experience leads you to believe that you're worried that this is gonna happen. Now, do you do anything, how do you express your frustration? Verbally only?
yeah, I more or less tell you to go take a hike or something like that, whatever, and I won't talk.
And I'm sorry, to clarify, I'm not saying, do you do anything physical? To
No.
show that you're,
No.
do you slam your hands on the table?
Do I? Yeah, I slam my hands on the table, I think I mean, what, I mean,
I'm not saying, do you do that?
did I do that on set?
Yeah.
Yeah, I went like this on the table, and I said, it does not belong to you,
And this is in reference to the golf.
to the golf.
Okay.
When I did that there, she walking around, I knew what she was gonna do, and I knew about the trying to tell you about the videos.
Yeah, so,
And I realized what she was doing, and I went around the other way, and I went into my bedroom, I got dressed, I come back out, started to leave. She blocked the door, she stood in front of the door.
okay, so we gotta separate it piece by piece. I just want to put a little more detail, okay? So, when you are slamming your feet on the table, arguing, how far away is she?
The width of the table?
Okay, so she's not next to you,
No,
you're not standing over her, like,
no,
okay. And then she comes closer to you after you do that, that's what you're talking
that's when she walks around the table to get close to me. And then that's when her granddaughter, I noticed is over here in the corner. By the basement door and stuff, watching.
Okay, so you come in,
Camera.
so you're in a frustrated state. And she comes closer to you, and that's when you decide, I'm getting out of here.
And I left it.
Okay, and then you state that she is blocking the door, what, the
Front door.
okay,
Because when I went around her real quick, I went to my bedroom and I finished getting dressed and I come back out and set it out the front door. She's standing at the front door with her back to me, with the door open. Neighbors are outside.
alright, then what?
And I said, excuse me, and I wouldn't touch it, never touched him like that. And she turned to say something to me. When she did, I slipped around it. When I slipped around, she grabbed me, ripped my shirt.
Okay,
I ran outside, I got in my truck. When I got in my truck, she went outside. Neighbors out over here.
okay, we're gonna pause, like I said,
Judge, I'm gonna object. There's a problem with this that I need to intervene. What Mr. Shelton is testifying to bears no resemblance whatsoever to the police report that was filed back in August of 2025, and I know the prosecutor did not call the OIC. And this is a problem because now I'm gonna have a difficult time impeaching the witness with prior inconsistent statements without the OIC being present. I need to object not just to the testimony at this point, but that, I don't know, I mean, this is problematic. This is, not in any prior report whatsoever, so I don't know what to do.
Well, first of all, you got to make a legal objection so he has a chance to respond and then I can rule. So what's the legal objection?
I believe it's. Give me just a second.
Sure. I don't care.
I'm not passing.
This is statements.
You know,
Right.
Yeah. all right, let's do it then. I'm struggling. Understood.
Let's speed it up a little bit.
Thank you.
Objection withdrawn?
Yes.
Move on, Mr. Lucky.
Okay, so at some point you're able to get outside, right? Okay,
Is that a yes, sir?
I get it.
Thank you.
yes,
Yeah, no problem.
no.
Right, I got it.
Yeah, we can't tell what you're saying.
Sure.
So at some point you're able to get outside. What do you do when you go outside?
I got in my truck,
Okay. Now your truck, what colors?
red
Now, where is your truck parked?
in the driveway.
You have a garage? Oh, obviously you have a garage.
Yeah.
Your truck's not in the garage.
No,
So
it's out in front of the house in the driveway. Next to the sidewalk, right there. My bumper's like at the edge of the sidewalk.
Okay, and so where is the defendant? Does she
She's
live?
standing behind my truck.
Well, where's her vehicle? Does she have?
She's out, hers is out in the street.
Okay, so you get out, does she follow you in?
I assume she did because when I started my truck and looked in my rearview mirror, my beeper went off that something was behind me.
Okay.
And when I looked, she's standing behind me, not facing me, facing out. She's talking to the neighbor across the street, supposedly, I don't know. And
Well,
he's,
yes.
what's going on?
Just testify to what you saw and what you experienced, not what other people did.
Yeah.
Or what you think. So you're able to see her, you obviously, you check all your mirrors before you start leaving, right?
Yeah,
Okay, and you see her, correct?
yeah.
Okay, and what did you describe that she's doing?
She's just standing there with her back to me,
Okay.
talking to the neighbor across the street.
Right, in the middle of your truck, on one side or the other?
No, in the back, right in the middle of the tailgate of the back of the truck.
Okay, and how do you respond?
I put it like I was gonna back over her, I guess, whatever. I put it in reverse, I backed up just a few feet. And I'm a truck driver, I know the distances and stuff. I put it in drive and I went forward into my yard,
So,
out my other neighbor's yard, in his driveway to get away from.
okay, so she is, what do you mean she's, her back is to the truck?
Yeah, if I kept on back out on the road, I'd have ran over.
Okay, but as you did, what you did was, you didn't hit her.
No.
right? Okay, and how far away from the end of your truck was she standing? Like, was she up against it?
She was a couple feet from it, 2-3
Okay.
feet from it, I'm assuming, I don't know, I'm looking at my rearview mirror and all I see is a body back there, a person.
But she's not up against the back of your truck.
No,
Okay, so she's some distance away, so you're able to maneuver around. And what happens when you attempt to do?
when I attempted to go around like this here, it surprised me because
And
she just,
And sorry, just for the record, so you indicated with your left hand that you are turning left?
yeah, I'm going forward and I'm turning left into my front yard.
Okay, so you were driving on your front yard, what?
As I go around like this here, she swung open my, driver's door,
Okay, so she,
whatever she, I don't know, whatever hand she didn't have open, and she had a cane in the other.
okay, so she had a cane in one hand,
Yeah,
and the other hand, she grabbed your door.
yes, and open.
Okay, and what happened?
I reached out to close my door, and I'm trying to watch the run of my neighbor's vehicle parked in his driveway. As I looked and when I closed the door, and then she swung with the cane.
Okay, so she swung, did the cane hit?
The cane hit me.
Yeah.
No, no, I was grabbing,
Okay,
I thought she was coming in my truck because she was trying to be,
so how did that make you feel?
not very secure about that. Be honest with you, you have a little problem with guns. That was dropped for some reason. I don't know why, but I think if she got a cane and she's known for guns,
So,
I figured she might have had a gun with her or something and
alright, so,
then easy to open the door.
well, were you afraid that she was gonna hit you?
Yes, that's why I hesitated to reach for the door. My door got messed up. And then I had paid $900 at the dealer to get it fixed.
Just the door, or
Pardon me?
just the door to fix it, or, so you paid $900 to do what? To fix just the door?
You fix the door and there's other things that I don't know what she,
So $900 to fix, not just okay, sorry, let's back up. So scratch. So you had some damage to your door, correct?
yeah. Well, it was $1,600 total because they had to put a windshield in too.
Okay, so,
So,
but basically there was a lot of stuff wrong. And included in that was this damage that was done to your door as a result of her hitting.
yes,
Okay. So now let me understand. So that hit, where did the cane hit?
on the side of the truck on the driver's side.
Okay. Had you not been able to close your door, would that cane hit you?
If it was left in there and I tried to close, no, I have to close the door. But it wasn't, it was out here.
Right. Well, would it have hit you if you weren't in the closure?
Oh, yeah.
So I'm gonna show you what I previously showed the defense counsel people, folks 1 and 2.
No objection.
Thank you.
So I'm gonna approach you with, let's start with people's proposed 1. Okay, what is that?
Picture of a cane.
Okay. You know what?
Lemon.
I'm also gonna approach with people's proposed 2. It's going to be face down. Don't look at it for now. We'll do 1 and then 2, okay?
Okay.
So is that, how do you recognize that?
From, and she owns it.
Okay, so that is the defendant's cane. Is that the one that was swinging your car?
Yeah, that was used on.
Okay. So then that's a fair and accurate representation of what that was on the day this incident happened.
Yes. Mhm.
Okay. And so at this time, I'd like to move for the admission of people's proposed exhibit 1.
No objection to one. One will come in.
And is there anything out of the ordinary that stands out with that cane as you notice, as you see it?
It looks like the bottom of it bent.
Okay,
And well, you can see there's a spot on yeah, right there, there's a spot on it. You can see where if that was a forced hit, it would have been that, yeah, bent.
okay. So then, now turn that upside down. And then I'm gonna have you look at number 2. So what is that?
The copy of,
Okay,
like you could video copy,
yeah, and what's on it?
picture.
Okay, and do you recognize what the picture is of?
Yeah, that's a picture of my truck or a truck.
Oh.
If that's what you prefer.
Well, is it your truck?
Yes,
Okay, and is that fair and accurate representation of what your truck looked like on that day of that?
yes.
Okay. Now, does anything stand out for, I'm gonna move for the admission of people supposed to stealers.
No objection.
That'll come into.
Now, anything stand out about that picture?
You know, there's a mark right there by the door handle.
Okay, did you?
That's where yeah, it's right there. Just above that, there's a spot. That right there. And the other, there's a ding down at the bottom. That's what they charge me for,
So,
to fix.
but that ding that you described is where on there?
On the driver's side of the truck, go
Okay.
wherever, she opened the door on me.
And what color is it?
Looks like a white spot.
Now, that white spot, was that there before?
You know,
Okay. So after this day, you had a white spot there, right? Okay,
Is that a yes? Is that a yes?
yeah, say again now?
so that white spot, you didn't have it before, but after that day, you did.
Yes.
Okay, and that in particular, so I'm gonna stress. You can go ahead and terms. I'll move to publish these to Justin. Some approach, take these.
Thank you.
For you. Okay, now. After you go on, where you go?
I went and rode around for a minute and I called a friend of mine, told him what was going on and stuff, and he said, you need to get to the police department as soon as you can.
Okay.
He said, I'm telling you, you better go.
Well, do you do that?
And I did do that.
Okay, and does the defendant appear at some time?
Yes, about 10 minutes later, look out, and there she is.
At the police station, did you notice that way? Or you
Yeah. Afterwards I did, but
Okay.
you know,
okay. Your Honor, I don't. Okay, when you were backing up, did you, when you were backing up your vehicle, when she was standing at some distance behind you, did you ever ask her, hey, move, anything like that?
no. I got on my truck and that particular model, it's got a backup alarm on it. You put it in reverse and it beeps at you.
Does it?
Yes,
So the car was beeping at her.
yes. So she knew what was going on and stuff, so I did it to, I guess, to scare her or whatever, but I had plenty of room to leave when I left.
Okay, was she? Well, I don't think I had any other questions.
Mr. Mays, your witness?
Thank you very much, Your Honor. Mr. Sheldon, you and Ms. Johnson had been in a dating relationship for 14 years, correct?
Yes, I guess.
So when the prosecutor asked you earlier, when did you start dating? When did you move in together? You said 10 or 11 years, it was 14, correct? Didn't report.
Don't know.
Okay. You lived together at 9458 Essex Street in Romulus, correct?
Yes,
All right. She lived there full time, correct?
yes,
And as you admitted on direct, her name is on the deed, correct?
I know it now, yes,
You were never married.
no,
Ms. Johnson at that time was 72 years old, correct?
At which time? Last year? 25?
2020.
Thank you.
okay, yes.
Okay.
Oh,
3 weeks before August 9, 2025, she had hip surgery.
yes, I guess,
She uses that cane to walk. That you saw in that picture.
yes,
It was a hip replacement, right?
yes,
3 weeks before this.
yes, I guess, 3 weeks, now.
She stands 5'3" tall.
Yes,
You're 5'11".
yes,
You weigh approximately 193 pounds.
Close enough, yes,
And you drive the F-150 pickup truck, right?
yes,
She drives the Bronco.
yes,
And you were at that time 69 years old.
yeah,
So you were younger than her.
yes,
Okay. On the evening of August 8th, you went to Walter Bar as you indicated on record, right?
yes,
You were drinking alcohol.
yes.
You did not tell Ms. Johnson where you were going.
Prior to, what do you mean?
You did not tell her you were going to the bar.
No, I didn't call her and tell her I was going to the bar, no.
In fact, she called you and asked you where you were going.
Yes,
And you told her that you were still at work.
I said I was on my way home from work,
That was a lie.
okay?
I'm asking. That was a lie, correct?
What, I lied?
Yes.
No, I did not lie.
But you were in fact at the bar.
Yes, I admitted to that.
Okay. And you actually stayed at Walter's for 2.5 hours.
No, I did not.
You're diabetic.
Yeah,
You take Ozempic.
yes,
You're not supposed to drink alcohol while taking Ozempic.
don't,
Doctors told you not to drink while taking Ozempic.
my doctor didn't tell me that.
The next morning, when you woke up, you were angry, correct?
No,
Oh. All of the things you talked about on direct examination about the night of August 8th, you testified to on direct examination. You told none of that to the police, correct?
what's that, wait, what? Rephrase that,
You got back from Walters. You said that you realized that there was an air tag in your car, correct?
no,
Well, that's why you rushed out of there without even finishing your one beer.
no,
Oh. You testified on direct, you realized what was going on while sitting at Walters.
yes.
Realize what?
She was gonna be there sooner or later, she's gonna hunt me down. I knew that, and I know exactly, she knows exactly where I go.
She didn't tell you that she knew you were at the bar until later,
Yes,
but you realized what was going on.
yeah, I know the woman, I've been with her for
You
years.
realized what was going on because you located this Apple air tag in your truck.
No,
Okay, let's move on. The morning of August 9th, you were in the kitchen cooking eggs specifically,
Is that a question?
correct?
Saturday morning?
August 9th,
Well, August 9th, what is that? Saturday, Monday?
Saturday.
Saturday, thank you. No, I was not.
You weren't cooking eggs.
No, I was not.
Okay.
Look at the videos.
You making,
A cup of coffee?
you weren't making breakfast.
No.
Mayor Boccia,
Sure.
you had an interview with Detective, is it Ibis? Did I repronounce it, Judge?
Yeah. I can't.
Nips,
Nippus.
Ibis. You went up and you saw Officer Nippus at the Romulus Police Department, right?
Mm-hmm.
That a yes?
Yes.
And you interviewed with him, right?
Yes.
Told him all the stuff around this alleged offense, right?
Yes, I guess so, yes.
And somehow he writes that you started this by saying you were cooking breakfast.
No,
So
it did
the
not start like that.
police report is incorrect. I've underlined a section here.
Sure.
What does that say?
It said I was making breakfast.
Okay, all right, not drinking coffee, making breakfast.
I didn't know Mrs. Nichols was at my house that morning, but.
Right,
if
he's writing down what
Okay,
you
if he-
told
if he
him.
was there, and I
One at a time, gentlemen.
breakfast, I guess I was making breakfast, correct?
He's writing down what you told him, correct?
Oh, okay.
I'm asking.
No,
No, so the officer's lying.
no, not.
He's mistaken?
Yeah, I don't know what he told or I told him at that time. He just asked me what was going on.
All right,
I explained it to him.
fair enough.
And then two other officers asked me the same question over and over and over and over.
All right. But you do agree that there was a disagreement over the sale of the golf cart, right?
Yes,
You did not want the golf cart sold, correct?
correct.
Raise your voice.
Yes,
You used the word bitch, whore, and piece of shit. Correct?
I don't recall.
But you don't know.
No, I'm not gonna deny that, no.
You directed those words to Ms. Johnson. Correct?
I'm assuming so. She was there.
Slam the frying pan.
About what?
You slam a frying pan.
No.
You threw the frying pan in the garbage. Correct?
No.
Oh, okay.
Still got it. You wanted me to go get it, bring it here, show it to you?
All right, sir. I'm not gonna put up with this.
Okay, I'm not you, but
You
it'll
just
be.
answer his question.
That,
Just answer his questions.
Okay.
There's no need for commentary and it will not be put up with.
sorry.
You banged your hands on the kitchen table. Correct?
Mhm.
Yes.
Yes,
And then the granddaughter, Maddie. Is she your granddaughter?
no,
Okay. She was at the house, correct?
yes, she's,
As you said, 15.
I believe she's 15 or at that time, yes.
She saw you yelling, correct?
Yeah, she heard the commotion upstairs, yes.
She saw you banging your hands on the table, right?
I don't know when she came up to see that or not, whatever, I didn't really pay attention.
Okay.
Until after when I was trying to leave.
When the report was made to the police, you, Ms. Johnson, and Maddie all agreed that Ms. Johnson did not strike you in the kitchen, correct?
Correct,
She did not hit you with anything in the kitchen, correct?
correct,
She did not push you in the kitchen, correct?
correct.
And the only physical act you described in the kitchen was your own act of slamming the frying pan.
No,
Which he's denied.
May I approach that?
Sure.
If you read what Sergeant Nippies wrote in his report, by now. I've underlined it. Did you read it?
yeah, Shelton started, stated he did not know what Johnson was going to do. So he turned around and ended up throwing the frying pan into the garbage.
Thank you. Now, it's your contention that Sergeant Nippies has made that up, right?
No,
Okay. Is he accurate in his recitation of what you told him?
pardon me?
Is he then accurate in his recitation of what you told him?
I can't confess to that, I don't know. I don't know what was all said, and what was told, or what was.
In this heated custody dispute, the judge delivered a powerful warning about honesty and transparency in court. Miss Huey was told that court rules apply to everyone, even those representing themselves. The judge made it clear that evidence cannot be hidden and then revealed at trial. Any information not properly disclosed could be excluded entirely. The court also denied a temporary parenting plan change, stating there was no proof of immediate danger to the child. As tensions rose, the judge ordered full discovery responses within 30 days and warned both sides that courtroom procedures must be followed without exception.
In any event, you decided to leave the house, correct?
Yes,
You walked towards the front door. Yes.
yes,
You exited the front door.
yes,
Ms. Johnson did not strike you as you walked past her.
yes, she did.
Ms. Johnson did not hit you with anything as you walked past her.
No, she did not.
You got in your truck, correct?
Yes,
Your truck was parked in the driveway, correct?
Yes,
You closed the door to your truck, correct?
yes,
You started the engine, correct?
yes,
And you began to move the truck.
not immediately.
Let's talk about the ripped shirt. No officer at the Romulus Police Department took the photograph that day, correct?
No, they did, more or less, they weren't concerned about me at all.
Every single police officer, and to be clear, there were five.
Yes,
Five police officers all investigated this. None of them reported seeing you had a ripped shirt, correct?
they didn't say to me, but I showed it to them.
Every single one of these officers indicated that you did not have any evidence, correct?
Physically, no.
And I'm gonna present to you Officer Henry's report, along with every other officer's statement. You take your time, show anywhere in that report, where it indicates that your shirt was ripped.
Oh, of course not.
Well. Look at it. And let it refresh your memory.
Oh, I thought you were asking me something.
No. And it's.
Okay, what are you asking me?
Anything about your ripped shirt?
It doesn't say rip, but it says she grabbed my shirt.
And for the record, where he's not.
Where is it?
Right here, she
Yep.
grabbed
So
the shirt.
that's what he wants, is that she grabbed your shirt, not that it was ripped, right?
Oh, that's what that says, yes.
Okay, so he, Officer Nippy says, did not see any evidence that the shirt was torn, correct?
No,
All right, well, let's move on. I'll come back to this. So, Ms. Johnson goes outside to the driveway, correct?
yes,
Now, she was previously inside the house. You had walked out, started your truck. What, you just sit there?
yeah, I had to.
Why?
She was standing behind it.
How does she get from the front door to behind your truck with hip replacement 3 weeks prior, walking on a cane? Did she stir you?
I don't know. I don't know.
Was she very fast at that point, 3 weeks post hip surgery?
She very what?
Was she very fast?
Do you say fat?
Fast, F-A-S-T, quick like a fox.
Of late, having a hip replacement, the day where she was. Yeah, she's pretty quick. It was surprised me.
All right. So there she is, she's behind your truck, and you put it in reverse, right?
Yes,
And based upon your experience as a truck driver, you knew that you weren't going to actually run her over.
yeah, well, all the whistles and bells of my truck and everything went off and stuff, but so if nowadays with the vehicles nowadays, stuff like that, if you don't notice something, then you shouldn't be driving.
All right. And then you put the vehicle in forward, correct?
Yes,
And you literally drove across the front lawn.
across my front lawn, yes, I did.
And she is so fast, 3 weeks post hip replacement surgery,
Yes,
walking on a cane,
yes,
that she's able to catch up with the vehicle, literally open your door,
yes,
and strike the vehicle with her cane.
yes,
Okay. All right, so you go to the police department. Yes,
yes.
after you drove around for a bit. Right?
No, I drove. Yeah, yes.
Okay. But I mean, you didn't go directly to the police department, correct?
No, I did not make a beeline right to the police department. I was on my way there, basically. I went around the roundabout way I could have got a short way up through, middle of town, but I went around Grant Road and come up the other way.
Okay, all right.
So you can park on the right side of the street,
All right.
facing Main Street. And while I was doing that, I was on the phone with a friend of mine that told me to do that.
Right, right. Who was that friend?
Pardon me?
Who was the friend?
A friend?
Who was the friend? Name that.
Oh, you want his name?
Yes,
His name is Robert,
Robert. And what's Robert's last name?
Blackstone.
And what's his number?
I don't know.
It's on your phone, isn't it? You call
It's
him.
on my phone. I don't have my phone on me. Oh,
Does he live in Romulus?
no.
Okay. Where does he live?
Celine?
Saline. This is a good friend of yours?
Yeah, we had campsites together.
And you called him for what purpose? Get legal advice?
No, just, I was scared and he's my best friend. My
What is
good
it?
friend, and so I called him, hey, dude, this is what's going on, what's wrong, what's wrong? And I told him what was happening, I was all upset and nervous and everything, he went through. That's when he told me to go to the police department.
Okay, all right. So you weren't anticipating going to the police department then?
Was I?
Yeah, I mean, before all this happened.
No, why would I?
So we agree though, you and I, that no part of Ms. Johnson Kane ever touched your body, correct?
No, not as far as, no, I,
Never hit.
under the heat of the battle and stuff like that, I don't know if she did or whatever, I know my door swung open. And she swung the cane. Did it hit me? Maybe so, whatever, but it wasn't to work, it would break my arm.
Your claim is that it hit the truck.
Yes,
Okay, all right. You had no bruises, right?
pardon me?
You had no bruises.
I don't know, I got
At the time, you had no bruises.
scared, I don't. I can't recall that back then, that's.
The police reported no injuries, right? You reported
That's
that.
what's on the police report, yeah, I was physically able to do and function.
All right. So Sergeant Nebbies, he inspects the side of your truck, correct?
Yes, him and another officer, I don't know who he was.
Sergeant Nebbies writes in his report that, quote, he did not see any damage to the driver's side of the vehicle from Johnson hitting it with her cane, correct?
I don't know, I didn't get a police report on that, I didn't get no written statement saying. I didn't get what you got,
Okay.
that's what you're asking or whatever.
All right. You were present when Sergeant Nebbies inspected your truck, right?
I was in a police department, I was inside a police station.
You never pointed to any damage on your truck with Sergeant Nebbies or any other.
No, they went out when she pulled up, they went out there and talked with her. They walked over to my truck, I'm sitting there looking out the door, and then they walked back.
You never produced a repair estimate to the Romulus Police or to the prosecutor, correct?
What I've done, what?
You never produced a repair estimate to the prosecutor or to the Romulus Police, correct?
Right, what? It's
Today, you're telling us,
it's a lease, so I just leased it, and this is what you owe for the damages, so I paid it.
today you're telling us it was $900 for your damage.
One at a time, gentlemen.
I just got the truck 2 weeks ago.
When did you get the truck?
Two weeks ago, I got a new truck. I got a brand new truck now. That's how I ended up having to pay for damages to the rental.
Do you have the damage documentation here today?
No, I do not. Why, no, I don't. I had no idea what this is about.
You, no idea what today was about?
No, not about my truck and me having evidence and stuff of stuff. I wasn't, what was I gonna do? How am I gonna get reimbursed for something like that?
Okay. When you went to the Raymond Police Department on August 9th, you did that on your own initiative or your friends encouragement, right?
Yes,
You went into the lobby and in your own words, you told the officers, quote, you wanted advice from officers, correct?
I wanted to what?
You wanted advice.
Yes,
You did not go there demanding that someone be arrested.
not as far as no, but I mean, I just wanted it on record that what was happening and stuff in case there was some kind of physical altercation with her, that I had it on record that somebody knows what's going on.
Sergeant Nibbies asked you point blank whether an assault had occurred, correct?
I guess so.
You said an assault did not occur. Those were your words, correct?
I don't know. I don't remember that.
You then changed your answer, right?
I do not know.
You changed it after Sergeant Nibbies asked you further questions, right?
I don't know.
And the only written record, or I'm sorry, the only record of the statements you made to Sergeant Nibbies is in this report, correct?
Say that again?
The only writing recording any of this is this written report, right?
I don't know. I've never seen that before till you brought it up.
All right. At the police department, you signed a domestic violence incident victim statement, correct?
Yes,
That was signed in your own handwriting.
yes,
You described the encounter, correct?
yes,
In your own words, in your own handwriting, you wrote that she grabbed your driving door and tried to hit you with a cane. Yes?
yes.
You wrote, I closed my door back and she proceeded to hit my truck with her cane as I was trying to drive up, correct?
Yes.
You never wrote that she tore your shirt, correct?
I don't know. I doubt it. I don't know if I did or not. I mean,
You did not write that Miss Johnson ever made any physical contact with your body, correct?
say again?
You did not write that Miss Johnson ever made physical contact with your body, correct?
Not on this report.
Okay. You did not write that you sustained any injury, correct?
Not on that report.
Okay. When you arrived at the Romulus Police Department, you had brought with you a 2024 Domestic Violence Victims' Rights Form, correct?
I did.
You were carrying it in your possession.
Okay.
It had been issued to you by the police on a prior occasion with police contact?
Oh, yes. I remember that.
Okay.
That's what got thrown out.
The fact that you walked into the lobby with that paperwork suggests you came prepared to assert that you were a victim, correct?
I was just wanted to let them know this is what's going on here. I was here before, guys. You gotta stop it.
Okay.
Keep her away from me.
Again, however, you did not initially claim that you had been assaulted. You denied that you had been assaulted initially.
No.
All right. You've been arrested for domestic violence, correct?
Yes, prior to this.
You were arrested for an incident involving Ms. Johnson's daughter.
Yes.
You were arrested for an incident involving your ex-wife, who's now deceased.
My ex-wife?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, yes, yes. Mhm.
On June 12, 2025, Ms. Johnson reported to the Romulus Police Station. You would assault her.
I don't know. I never heard of it till now.
Well, you got a recommendation out from us, correct?
Of what?
A warrant recommendation that you were aware of was pending for months, correct?
That was on my daughter.
No, I'm talking about June 12, 2025 incident.
Oh, I had no idea. No one presented it to me. No police officer showed up at my door to tell me or made a phone call to me or anything.
So you have no idea that that's out there?
No, I had no idea.
Okay. That warrant recommendation is still pending, correct?
I had no idea.
All right. You have a personal interest in seeing that Ms. Johnson is convicted of domestic violence that preempts your prosecution, correct?
No, I wasn't pursuing that as a lifestyle thing. That's what I do. No.
Don't normally engage in domestic violence?
No, I do not.
Just against your daughter and your ex-wife, correct?
Oh, yes, yes.
Okay.
You want, yes, you want to put
You
it that
did
way.
not engage in any domestic violence with Ms. Johnson, correct?
No, that's not correct.
Okay, so you do admit you assaulted her on several prior occasions?
No, I do not.
Hold on, we need to.
He's answered it. He said no.
What? Oh. Good point. On November 21st, 2024, you and Ms. Johnson were involved in another domestic violence incident that was reported to the officers, right?
I don't remember that.
Don't remember? The report reports that in your own words to the officer, quote, you felt threatened by Johnson's actions, correct?
Like I said, I don't remember the report, but I don't know. Would they come to the house or something, or?
Now, you reported it to the Romulus Police, November 21, 2024. You don't remember?
The gun charge?
No, we can get to that. November 24, you alleged that you felt threatened by Johnson's actions.
Okay,
That report was closed because there was no physical contact, correct?
I don't know. I made a report and I walked out the door. That's the last I heard of it.
All right, now we can talk about firearms incident. Ms. Johnson had previously informed officers that there was a video showing you holding a firearm in a threatening manner, correct?
Yes,
Okay. You admit that video has success.
yes. Mhm.
You just claimed that you weren't intending to threaten her with a firearm, correct?
Was nowhere near her when I had this. I was up deer hunting. The gun was up on my shoulder. Another buddy of mine was here. He took a selfie picture of us and put it on the internet.
No.
I was nowhere near Miss Johnson. I was 300 some miles away.
With your two prior domestic violence incidents, are you even legally allowed to possess firearms?
Make your statement. And I don't have counsel. So why don't we just avoid this topic?
Okay. We can avoid it. At some point, you changed your position while discussing the incident of August 9, with Sergeant Nippies, telling Sergeant Nippies that he wanted to press charges due to ongoing issues.
Okay, so I don't know. I don't remember saying that. I don't write it all down. I didn't videotape myself
Okay.
or talk or anything like that.
All right.
Whatever he said, I said, I'm assuming I said it,
All right.
all right?
But we can agree that you and Ms. Johnson on that morning were arguing about money, right?
Arguing about money, no.
Yeah.
No.
Golf cart.
Well, that's a golf cart. That's not money.
You also claimed that
Are you confusing me here?
all right, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to confuse you. You believe that you had a financial claim in the golf cart, right?
Mine.
It's yours. Okay, all right. Ms. Johnson had been generating income from breeding Yorkies at that time, right?
Doing what?
Breeding Yorkies, puppies. She's breeding dogs.
Oh, yeah,
And she was making money in Eastern Market, right?
yes,
All right. And you allege that Ms. Johnson had taken $32,000 from a joint account, right?
no,
Did you take the $32,000 from the account?
no,
At that time, August 8th, August 9th, it was clear that Ms. Johnson was planning to move 460 miles to Escanaba, Michigan, correct?
uh. I guess so, yes, if she had it in her mindset, yes. She never come right out and told me, hey, I'm moving back to Escanaba.
She was moving in 2 weeks. She had a job lined up and everything, right?
She had a job, she had her friend up there that owned the busing company, called her and asked her to come and work for him because didn't have anybody.
You were not moving with her, correct?
No.
The relationship was effectively ending at that time, correct?
I'm assuming it was.
All right, but yet you testified on direct. You bought a pontoon boat a week prior. Together.
No,
Okay. So we can agree, though, you have a financial and personal interest in influencing the outcome of any criminal proceedings against Ms. Johnson, right?
no,
There's a lawsuit pending, right? To divide up the assets.
no,
There is a pending case in the Wayne County Circuit Court to divide assets, right?
no, I have no idea, I've
You hired an attorney.
never heard of it.
Okay.
Where did that come?
Ms. Johnson went to the police department on her own with Manny, right?
On August 9th.
On August 9th.
Thank you for the
They
clarification.
showed up.
Now, you said she arrived about 10 minutes after you,
Yes,
but this is 10 minutes after you've been driving around, talking on the phone with your best friend for a while, right?
no, it wasn't a while, driving there, I just took the back way to it. There's two ways to get to the police department.
She went in asking about a personal protection order, right?
When she pulled up, the other officer went out and greeted her. Or he was already out there or something.
I think before we get too far, I think I'm gonna object. I don't know if you have personal knowledge to what she asked.
Fair objection response. Thank you.
Now, without going into what these people said, you know that all of your neighbors were interviewed, correct?
One for sure. He's directly free from.
Ron, those police went out and talked to all the neighbors, right?
I have no idea.
Okay.
Why would they tell me that?
Oh, wait. And no further questions.
Nothing else? Annie, redirect Mr. Leckie.
I think, but I don't think we have any questions for us.
Thank you, Mr. Shelton. You can step down. Watch your step on my ramp, sir.
Judge,
You're all set.
give us 5 minutes so I can talk to Ms. Johnson.
That's fine.
Terrence, I can have over and swear to the ring.
Yeah, that'd be perfect. If they're ready for you, that'd be great.
I'm gonna log on to Zoom too for there. So, yeah, give us 10, please.
I'm gonna give you 10, but I'm not gonna give you 11.
Thanks, you said that.
Yeah,
Gotta log in.
Next door.
Yeah,
It's really.
yeah. I can't remember which judge, but I'll tell you my phone. It's okay.
You were done, right? No other witnesses?
It's constitutional right to be present.
Oh, I'm okay with them coming in. Sure. We're not putting him back on the stand, so I'm assuming we're not. Ma'am, come on up. I want you to be real careful on my incline ramp here.
I was wondering if the incline ramp is there or not.
Yeah. When you can safely do it, I want you to raise your right hand for me. Do you swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth today?
I do.
Settle in that chair for me. Mr. Mays, when you're ready.
Thank you very much, Robert. Ms. Johnson, tell the judge your name, please.
Wilma Jean Johnson.
And you used to reside here in Romulus, is that right?
Yes,
You resided with Mr. Shelton
yes.
for how long?
I come up in the last part of 2012, so 14 years.
Okay, and let me take you back to August 8th. On August 8th, that was the Friday. What happened on August 8th?
I believe that was the day that I had called him and asked him if he was on his way home because his daughter and I was waiting to go for dinner. And he said, no, he was leaving soon. Well, about an hour and a half went by. So we decided to go up to Captain Nemo's to get a sub and bring it back home. And he was sitting at Walter's bar.
And how long was he at Walters?
That I have no idea. I don't know when he got there.
Well, did you call him when you saw this truck?
I did not call him. I sent him a text message. And I stated to him, why did you lie to me? He says, oh, so I got caught. I said, yeah, so does that mean our whole relationship has been based on a lie?
And how long after that did he come home?
I honestly don't remember.
Was it
20 minutes.
minutes or hours?
No, it was within minutes.
Oh. But what happens when he goes out drinking?
Do you know how much he has to drink? Anything over 5? I walk on eggshells
What?
because I get called all kinds of names.
Has there been domestic violence in the relationship?
Yes,
And how many times?
7.
And did anything occur on August 8th after you returned home?
No, we just argued a little bit and that was it.
And what happened when you woke up on the morning of August 9th?
I went in and I asked him, he was standing in the kitchen. I went and asked him that could Matty carry the batteries to the golf cart? Because he kept promising that he would get the golf cart fixed so I could enjoy it before the campground closed.
Okay. What was he doing when he walked into the kitchen?
He had just put a plate of eggs down that he had fried up for the dogs.
And
But when I asked him about the batteries for the golf cart, he goes, you fucking bitch, you whore. You are not selling the golf cart.
what happened then?
He turned around, put the pan in the sink. I assume he was proceeding to wash it. And he turned around and he come and he slammed it on the table. I thought for sure he was coming after me with the frying pan.
Okay, and then what happened to the frying pan after that?
He bent it and he threw it in the garbage.
Okay. And then what?
At that time, Maddie was standing on the top of the steps and she come out, she goes, sorry, what the fuck, bro? Why are you yelling at my grandma like that?
And who's Maddie?
My granddaughter,
How old is she?
she was 15.
Okay. Was she upset?
Yes?
Was she crying?
No, she was kind of yelling at him.
Okay. And then what?
I ended up calling the police after he slammed the frying pan on. It just seemed like forever and no police showed up, so I proceeded to the door to go up to the police station. I just didn't want to stay there no more.
We just missed a gap through. So he's there, bends the frying pan, he throws it in the garbage. Maddie yells at him.
Yes. I got the police.
He leaves.
He went back to the bedroom. I
Okay.
assumed to change clothes.
So he is in the bedroom as you call the police?
No, he's still standing in the kitchen.
So he knew you called?
Yes.
He was standing there watching you call the police?
Yes, I was on the phone with him.
I got you. And then what did he do?
He went back to the bedroom. I and Maddie both started heading to the door. He came to the door, stood behind me, kind of pushed me to get me out of the way. I had a bruise on my arm from that incident. We do have pictures. I went and walked on the sidewalk, was walking down the driveway. I stopped because it was only a matter of, I think, 20 days since I had my hip done. And he backed up, he backed the truck, it hit me. I turned around and lost my balance and I slammed the cane, trying to grab to the back of the truck because I had the cane in my hand on the tailgate.
So you admit that you struck the truck.
Yes, on the tailgate, yes, I do.
Did you open the door to the truck as he was
I
driving?
do not remember opening the door. I remember him backing up. I thought he was gonna hit me again. And then he left.
Did you ever attempt to strike him with your cane?
No,
Did you ever strike the door of his
No.
vehicle with your cane?
no. I have never in 14 years laid a hand on him.
Okay. You then proceed to the police station.
Yes,
Before that, he drove through the yard?
yes.
How did he drive through the yard? Like through
The
the
only road to drive through the yard was to back up and push me out of his way. And then he went through the front yard.
So
And
literally
then he
like,
backed up again to go out the neighbor's driveway.
so he's like cutting across the yard, hitting the neighbor's driveway and going out?
Yes,
Okay, was he driving aggressively? Was he driving aggressively?
no,
Okay, so he just left.
yes,
And then you went up to the police station?
yes.
What was the delay? Or was there a delay?
No, there was no delay.
So you went straight from your house to the police
Yes, he
station?
was already there.
You admit though that you arrived about 10 minutes after he got there?
I don't know what time he got there.
Okay, that's fair, yeah, I suppose you must.
And I walked up to the front door and he jumped back. He says, "You gotta get her out of here. I'm a fear of my life." And the officer that was behind the desk asked me to wait outside.
Okay, and you did wait outside?
Yes,
And the officers came out and talked to you?
yes,
And you interviewed with them?
yes, we talked.
Okay, all right.
They went over and was looking at the truck, looked at the dings on the side of the truck. They come over and asked me if I put those there. I said, no, those happened when we were up north delivering a puppy.
Okay, specifically the ding on the door. The little paint chip or whatever.
Yes. There was two of them, I believe.
Okay, that happened how and when?
That happened up north. I believe it was May 16th or something. It was just a few days after he got the truck.
Okay.
There was a lady in the handicap spot. According to the motel that we stayed at, there was a handicap car there. It had already left because I did get a statement from the motel.
Okay,
Because we did talk to the lady from the motel about the dings in the truck.
alright. Now, on August 9th, was it your intention to move up to Escanaba?
It was my intention since my last meeting.
And when was that?
That was in December. So that happened.
This is August.
Right, so December the prior year. We have ring cameras in the house to watch the dogs because I breed dogs.
Okay.
I won't get into all the dog detail. I do have some buried in the backyard, not due to the dog. So I do have video cameras in the house. So on this one day, on December 13th, he was doing this in front of the camera. And I think,
Well, we don't need to get into the details of December. But you had decided that you were gonna move in December?
yes, after that last meeting on December 13th.
Okay, what happened in November?
When I did move,
No, maybe I got my dates wrong.
he did me on December 13th.
There's no.
February, I don't
Hold
know.
on, ma'am. Hold on, ma'am. Let's wait for a question.
I'm sorry, June I want you to focus your attention on June 12th, 2025.
I believe that's when I went to the police station and filed a domestic violence against him
Okay,
with the video.
so that's June, and then you get through July, and then into August.
Correct.
Okay, so nothing happened between June 12 and August 9?
Nothing.
Okay,
I spent a lot of time out at the campground.
okay. You did move up to Escanaba, yes?
Yes, I did.
When did you move?
September, first part of September.
Okay. And you and Mr. Shelton own a lot of things in common, yes?
Yes,
And you hired an attorney
yes,
to divide up those assets?
yes.
Was that attorney?
Craig Calabrese,
Okay. And there's an action pending in the Wayne County Circuit Court to divide up those assets?
yes.
Is there anything else you want the judge to know about this incident?
Just that I drove a school bus for 40 years. I know that I.
Hold on. There's an objection, so we gotta have the lawyers talk it out.
I agree that it's,
Okay.
but,
Anything else?
about this incident on August 9th that you want to project.
No, I just know I can't touch him due to my driving, that's all.
Nothing further.
Cross.
Okay. Good morning, Charles.
Good morning.
So you testified that you have pictures and evidence. Why did you provide this?
Can we be specific, hold on, ma'am, can we be specific as to what incident she has evidence for?
So you have pictures. You have evidence of everything that happened over 8 or 9. Why didn't you have a program?
Because Bruce did not appear like for 2 or 3 days after that, and I was out at the campground.
Well, so
In a tense courtroom exchange, the judge showed clear frustration after learning that a key witness was discovered on the very day of trial. The court criticized the last-minute request for a delay and questioned how such an important witness had gone unnoticed for months. When it was revealed that people had been told to leave before the court officially adjourned, the judge responded sharply, reminding everyone that courtroom procedures must be respected. Although the trial was postponed, the judge issued a stern warning that no further unnecessary delays would be tolerated. The case will now return to court for trial.
never once during this, so this happened almost a year ago. You didn't once think to share that with your attorney to get it to the police or to the police themselves so they can figure out what action happened.
No, I did not. No,
So, but he never threatened you that,
only turning around with the frying pan in his hand and slamming it on the table in front of me.
but he told police he never threatened.
I guess he could call it a non-threat.
Well, no, you're the one calling him. The police asked you.
The frying pan was in the kitchen saying,
Not, I mean,
Okay.
I should ask the question. Only one of us talk at the same time or else. We can't get it all. So the police asked you, did he threaten you on that day? And your response to them was no, he never threatened. Is that right?
he never touched me, no.
No.
No, so as a threat, maybe no, if you want to classify it like that, no.
Well, no, this is your statement. I'm asking you about yours. Because you stated to the police, he never threatened.
No,
Oh. He never got in your way.
no,
He never gestured that he was gonna hate you.
no,
That's what you told the police. Now, you also said he bumped you with his truck, right?
correct.
Now, he's bumping you, you just had a hip replacement. You're alleging that you just fell over.
No, I never said I fell over.
I thought you said on the record that you fell over.
No,
And
he
you
bumped
lost
me
your
with the
balance.
truck. I lost my balance, and as I turned around, I went like this here to grab the tailgate of the truck, and my cane hit the top of the truck. Hit the tonneau cover of the truck.
But you told police that you can't prove, right?
No, I can't prove that. I have no video.
Right. You can't prove.
No.
So the police were also saying, asking you, did you attack us? You were attacked, right? They asked you that?
No,
Okay, so they never asked.
not to what I remember, no.
Okay, so if there's body with camera that shows officers and asking you that multiple times.
Then yes, I would agree they asked.
Okay, so they did ask you that, and you responded no. Right?
Correct.
But walking past him while he's trying to leave, the arguing with him, the what did you say? Your relationship with the line. That wasn't antagonistic behavior.
That live part happened days before this incident even happened.
Then why did you mention when we were asked about that for?
Because I know he said he was at the bar and
Well,
I had called him. I only called him one time.
okay, well. Yeah. So your daughter never, when she was interviewed by the police, you were with that, right? Or, and
Yes, she was saying,
she never mentioned anything about the front, sorry.
not to my knowledge, no.
Okay, right. So on the night of day. So you testified that you knew he was there at that moment, right? How did you know?
Because my daughter and I went to Cabin Amos, which is kitty corner of Walter's Bar, and his truck was sitting there.
Why did you go there?
We went there to get a sub to take home to eat because we were waiting for him to come home from work to go have supper.
Okay. Now. Okay, and you say that he pushed you away from the, right, on Saturday?
It wasn't a push, he just put his hands on my arms and just kind of moved me out of the way. No, it wasn't a violent act.
Okay, and that gave you bruises somehow?
Yes, when he had a hold of my arm.
And those are the pictures you never made.
Correct.
Okay, so, okay. Okay, so he arrives at the police station after some time, right? He arrives obviously before you,
Yes.
but he is not going right there. But you allegedly went right there. How did you arrive there?
I guess you'll have to ask somebody else that question because I went right to the police station.
Now, oh, you also got, so about those other dates, you said you got a statement from the motel. Where is that statement?
That's over there.
Okay. Now, if you had that, why didn't you turn that over?
Say that, ask that again. Why
If you
did,
had that, why didn't you turn that over to the police? You're being accused of getting this property.
Because honestly, I didn't even know it was gonna come this far,
And
you know, just for the beatings he gave me and I've never done anything, I just never thought he would.
well, hold on, that's not it. So I
Well,
was asking about that. I know, we can answer the question that was asked. And let's talk, I guess I just want to ask you briefly about that. You said the last incident was December 2024. Is that correct? Yes, sir.
Correct.
But you were still living in that house August 9th, 2025. Is that
Correct.
okay? So you waited 8 months, 9 months to move?
Yes, I had to find a place to live. That happened in December. Let me.
No, you just get to answer the questions that are asked.
But there was also an incident on June 12th, 20.
That was, yes, when I asked for the batteries for the golf cart. But there was no confrontation in the house as far as hitting each other.
But you filed a police report on June 12th. Right about that incident.
Okay. December is when he hit me. June, I went up north because my old boss had called me and said one of his bus drivers had a heart attack. Could I come up and drive? So I went up there and I drove. When I came back in June, I went to the police department and filed the incident that happened in December.
So you waited 6 months to report it.
Yes,
And there were court dates for that, already, correct?
No.
Okay. If there were, you didn't show up.
no, there were no dates.
Okay,
That never went to trial.
well then you know if there were.
Correct,
Okay,
yes.
so if it was scheduled, that was without your knowledge. All this happened without your knowledge. You weren't calling, that was done without your knowledge, right?
That there was a court date?
Yeah.
Correct, yes.
Multiple court dates,
Pardon?
multiple court dates.
For the incident that I filed in December?
Yes.
No, I was not notified.
And you didn't call the prosecutor's office multiple times since this actual was filed, trying to get some movement on that case, is that right?
I was asking, yes, I did call, wanting to know what was going on with my case, because I hadn't heard anything.
Right.
And they told me it was on your desk.
So, but you did, how,
3, I believe.
okay, and that all started after this case was tried, right?
Correct.
Okay, and you did not know that he was gonna be at the police station, right?
No, I did not.
And you did tell officers you did his harm,
Yes, I did. When he backed into me, to tell me, yes.
and you even asked officers, or I guess, told officers, take me to jail.
No, I did not. We were outside having a conversation, and I had told him that my daughter had went to jail for drug driving, and I could not give her a view of if it was good or bad, that was on my bucket list one day to spend the night in jail. And they said, no, man, you wouldn't.
Alright, so they said you said you wanted to spend the night in jail on your butt.
Yes.
And when the officer asked you, well, you said you wanted to spend the night in jail. That conversation happened, correct?
He said, would you be willing to go to jail? I said, yes, at some point, yeah, I would be willing to go to jail. But that was due to our conversation that we were just standing outside talking, not to this specific incident.
Okay, so you were there about the specific incident. Something came up about, yeah, I went to jail, and now you're surprised that's not related. Is that right?
We weren't talking in contents about me going to jail. We were talking about my daughter when she had went to jail.
Okay. Oh, so at the kitchen table, when he was slamming his fist and wasn't raped, you didn't separate yourself, did you?
We weren't even at any time close to each other. We were across the table from each other.
So you never got close?
No,
Okay, how about that night? When you were arguing the night before, you never separated yourself from him. He went on his own issue, the garage, is that right?
when we got home and he got home, we never had an argument.
So you.
We never spoke. He come in, he went right to the garage.
Okay, so you were quiet the entire.
Not that night, no.
So that morning, when you're being yelled at, you don't yell at.
I don't yell back.
Yeah, right? You don't argue back.
I did not yell at him, no.
Okay, you don't argue.
I have on occasion, yes.
Okay, I'm talking about this deal.
No,
Alright, so you don't argue.
No.
You don't go stand in front of the door, what's it say?
I went to the door to go out the door. I wasn't just standing in front of the door. I was trying to go out the door.
Okay, so why didn't you go out the door?
Because I just had to get up and I had to take a step down. So I stopped to open up the door.
How far?
Second? Not very long?
You were blocking,
No.
and then you had to take another minute to stop or second to stop when you got behind the truck, right?
I was actually walking out the driveway and stopped for just a split second.
Okay,
And then he backed up into me.
so you happened to stop in both places. In his way, when he was trying to get out, he was trying to get away from you, he was trying to separate himself. Those are just instances of you being without stop, is that right?
I don't know how I was trying to stop him when I was.
Just let's turn on.
No,
So you didn't, so you just happened to be in those places at those times,
yes.
and then you just happened to show up at the police later.
Yes, I went to.
And when you call police, why don't you say call?
Because it seemed like forever that they were there and he had already swung the frying pan on the table. I didn't know what was gonna happen next.
So you decided to stay in the house until he left, then you decided,
No, he didn't leave.
he did leave.
He left after I went to the door. He was still in the house.
Oh, so you were outside already, and then he follows behind you, is what we're saying.
He followed behind me out the door, yes.
Okay, and then instead of remaining where, and then he drove off. Instead of remaining there, waiting for the police to come, you drove.
Yes, I went to the police station.
Even though they were on their way to.
I called, I had no idea if they were on their way or
You called one time?
one time.
Okay, so when 911 calls, when you call 911, your instinct is, oh, if they don't show up, I got. Is that
I wasn't going to stay in case somebody came back, no.
okay? But you were still staying there while he was there.
After that incident,
While this is all going on, he goes in the back room and gets changed. You're still there. You're still in the house. You're not making any effort to leave.
no, my granddaughter was getting dressed. She went back downstairs to get dressed and then we left.
Did you ever ask him to hit?
Excuse me?
Did you ask him to hit?
No,
Antagonize him?
no,
Just hit?
no,
You never said that.
no.
Now, do you drink?
Some,
Did you drink on the night of the 8th?
18th?
I'm sorry, the 8th,
no,
not a drop.
no,
You didn't drink on the 9th.
no,
Now, he was making food for your dogs, right? Is what you testified.
correct,
Okay, and there were eggs.
yes.
Why was he allowed to feed your dog eggs?
Yes, that's what we cook them once in a while.
Okay, why wasn't he allowed to feed them on that?
Because he had a whole plate full of eggs, which is way too much for 4 dogs to eat.
Okay, so he was taking care of your dog. And you told him
Correct.
why?
I told him, don't feed my dogs, they're mine.
So now you guys are arguing over property, dogs, bows, golf carts, all of it, right?
No bowls,
The house,
no house,
so there's no argument about the house.
no.
Okay.
The
But,
only thing the only thing brought up was the golf cart.
no, I'm just saying that, because now there's civil action stuff here.
Yes,
So, I mean, your attorney asked Mr. Shelton, he would gain if, however this went, right? He would obviously gain if you were found guilty. That's what we were getting, at, right?
repeat that please.
So your defense counsel was asking Mr. Shelton, you know, if she got found guilty, would he benefit, right?
Repeat that question was asked, yes.
Okay, wouldn't you also stand to benefit if this went your way?
There is no,
You would.
we would divide everything equally.
Okay, so you would define everything equally if you got found not guilty or
Correct, I was going to file papers to separate the property.
okay, then why are we? Then why initiate a lawsuit if you were just willing to separate?
Because he's not willing to separate.
I'm sure. Jeez. Oh, now there was a time, we heard about your history with guns, right? You were here for that,
Yeah, I have guns that I bought for the grandson, yes.
your grandson, how many guns?
I don't know, 13, 15, I don't know.
13 to 15 firearms.
And they get bought, they get put in the gun cabinet.
Are you collecting these guns?
For the grandson, when I pass away, yes.
Okay. Does 17 sound?
They could be, yes.
So you don't even know how many guns you have.
No, I buy them and put them in the gun cabinet.
You never fired them?
I have never, well, I fired one gun. I personally didn't fire it, I was trying to unload it
Where?
in the bedroom.
You brought a firearm into your bedroom.
There are 2 firearms in the bedroom. One on my side of the bed, one on his side of the bed.
And you
I would
fired.
object to relevance, sir.
Good question.
Judge, I think he testified that a part of his fear and threat and why he thought he was gonna be assaulted on this day was her, quote, history of firearms. So I want to explode.
No. Given the incident and the fact that there were no guns mentioned on the 8th or 9th, I don't think it's relevant.
I just a couple follow-ups on the ownership of sentences. Okay, that's all.
Limited.
So were those guns recovered by Romulus police after you arrested?
To my knowledge, yes.
Okay. And they're not in your possession currently?
No.
Okay. So if you were to lose this, you understand the going forward, right?
I guess I've never been in a situation, I don't know the answer.
Well, so if this turns out not for you, call those up, and that you have no realization.
I had no knowledge, I just thought after a year or so that I get them back, but I can't have them in my name.
Okay. I,
Any redirect? None? Ma'am, you can step down. Watch your step on my ramp. Anything else from the defense, Mr. Mays?
Thank you.
Any rebuttal witnesses, Mr. Leckie? Any closing arguments?
now, Judge, just briefly, I know I'm not gonna go over what testimony.
Thank you.
However, just to highlight a couple of things. We heard that there wasn't any contact made. I know this board knows that there's no necessary need for contact, assault and or assault battery. I think the striking of the vehicle in that place, I mean, the judge has, or your honor has the picture of the car, picture of the cane, they both have those white scuff marks and areas that line up. Just because he wasn't hit, doesn't mean that an assault and or battery did not occur. And that's the people's position. I think we proved that we have a reasonable doubt. Considering, the testimony of the defense is somewhat confusing, not straightforward. I don't think has any credibility as to what actually happens. Thank you.
Mr. Mays?
Thank you very much, Your Honor. I'll make it very brief. So there's 3 independent reasons why you should find her not guilty. Prosecution has not proven the elements of assault battery under 750.81(2) beyond a reasonable doubt. 2, to the extent that there was any contact between Ms. Johnson's cane and Mr. Shelton's truck, Ms. Johnson acted in lawful self-defense if we're talking about the back of the truck. And I mean, we can't even agree on whether it's the back of the truck or the side of the truck. And the first that I've heard of this lining up theory, is today, that the mark on the cane matches the mark on the truck, which I don't really think that it does. There's no red paint transfer to the cane. And the cane, what we're talking about in that exhibit is a rubber tip. So I'd be confused as to how a rubber tip would scratch a paint. But there's testimony that that was old. And contemporaneous statements that it was old at that time. And Mr. Shelton's own testimony is that her back was turned to the truck when he backed up. And so I think that the testimony more or less coincides there, that she turns around and she starts the truck. That would make more sense than a lady with a hip replacement bolting up to the side door, opening it up and striking the side of the truck with her cane. And both parties agree. They drove through the front yard, which, and both parties agree that, you know, that this was a nasty argument. I've seen no evidence, even though I exposed Ms. Johnson to cross-examination to the prosecution, any intentional act directed at Mr. Shelton's person. And she's consistent that she lost her balance and did hit the top of the back of the truck. Given these circumstances, Judge, I'm going to ask if you find her not guilty.
Mr. Lecky, thank you both. So there were serious credibility issues here. But even if I take the story as I received it from Mr. Shelton, I do not find a domestic violence. Maybe an MDOP, which wasn't charged, but I don't find a domestic violence. I'm going to find the lady not guilty. Thank you both.
Thank you, Judge.
Have a nice day. So, Joe, you can shut that down.
See.